So all of you welcome to another session of turbo machine class. So today we'll discuss one more reaction turbine that is called as Parsons reaction turbine. Parsons reaction turbine. Parsons reaction turbine. So some conditions are there for Parsons reaction turbine. So this Parsons reaction turbine is also called as 50% reaction turbine. 50% reaction turbine, right? 50% reaction turbine, or it is also called as 0.5 reaction turbine. Reaction. So these all are the different names of this Parsons reaction turbine. So for Parsons reaction turbine, so some conditions are directly imposed, such as, so the very first condition is conditions. Okay, we'll write conditions of Parsons reaction turbine. So conditions of Parsons reaction turbine. So it is having certain 5 different conditions of a Parsons reaction turbine. The very first condition is the angle alpha 1 is equal to beta 2. So this is the very first condition. Then similarly alpha 2 is equal to beta 1. So here alpha 1, nozzle angle alpha 1 is equal to beta 2, that is the exit blade angle. And similarly exit angle that is alpha 2, exit angle of the fluid or the steam, so that is alpha 2, it is equal to beta 1. So this is the very first condition. Then the second condition is, so here V1 is equal to VR2. So the steam velocity, the absolute steam velocity is equal to that is relative velocity at the exit. So absolute velocity at the inlet is equal to relative velocity at the exit. Then similarly V2 is equal to VR1. So outlet velocity of the steam is equal to radial velocity at the inlet. So these 2 important conditions. So along with that there is one more. So if we implement these all conditions on the velocity triangle, so we are getting Vf1 is equal to Vf2. So these are the direct conditions that are necessary to be implemented if it is a Parsons reaction turbine or 50% reaction turbine. So it is also called as 0.5 reaction turbine, right? So the velocity triangle will be again similar, right? Velocity triangle will be similar here, as you can see. So here in case of Parsons reaction turbine, so this alpha 1 is equal to beta 2. So these 2 angles remain same. Alpha 1 is equal to beta 2 and alpha 2 is equal to beta 1. So these 2 angles will remain same, right? Then similarly VR1 is equal to VR2. So the length of VR1 and length of VR2 will remain same. Then similarly V2 is equal to VR1. So V2 is equal to VR1. So the length of V2 and VR1 will remain same. If this is the condition, then automatically this Vf1 will equal to, it is going to equal to, or Vf1 is equal to Vf2. So this condition is automatically generated when we draw the velocity triangle related to this. So this is the these are the certain conditions of a Parsons reaction turbine. So Parsons reaction turbine. So alpha 1 is equal to beta 2, as you can see here, alpha 1 is equal to beta 2, then alpha 2 is equal to beta 1, then V1 is equal to VR2, V2 is equal to VR1. So if this condition is implemented, then automatically Vf1 is equal to Vf2. So you will get it on the velocity triangle. So this is the one of the important necessary conditions of a Parsons reaction turbine.